Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, folks. Michael Zuber, one rental at a time, back with the three amigos. How you doing, Matt?
I'm doing super awesome. I mean,
Yeah,
we're covering a lot of stuff, Mike.
I like it. I like it.
I love it.
Dion, how are you?
Howdy, I'm doing great. I can't wait for this to be over so I can go out and spend all my money on Christmas shopping.
Well, that's funny you bring that up because we are going to talk about how the holiday season destroys investors. If you've been watching my channel, I would think most people would realize one of my superpowers is discipline. And I actually double down on discipline in the holiday season because it is so easy to be distracted. So well, let's just talk about how the holiday seasons actually set people back. We'll go to Dion first because he's kind of already teased it. So how do holiday seasons hurt, destroy, pull people backwards?
So mostly we're talking to investors or people getting on the property ladder. I don't know that it impacts them as much as it impacts the people who haven't figured out money yet. There are still people who don't understand disposable income. That I saw a Facebook post about a week ago, and I put a little comment on there talking about disposable income. They said, if somebody gets you a $25 gift, remember, if they're making $12 an hour, they've given you 2 hours of their life. And I was like, hang on, wait, let me break this down for you. They're giving you like
it's a lot worse than that.
Right. It's a lot worse than that because what's left after you pay all of these bills. So everybody thinking, I make $20 or $30 an hour. So if I give somebody a $20 or $30 an hour gift, I'm giving them an hour of my life. Equivalency. No. You pay your mortgage or your rent, you pay for food, healthcare, transportation, all these things. And what's left is a couple of dollars. So now that $20 or $30 is a week of your life.
Yeah, that's a big anchor of my Get Your Money Right course. It's only $99 on purpose. Matt's actually a contributor to that. Disposable income is what nobody talks about, right? To your example, $25. Hey, I make $25 an hour. It's an hour of my life. No. It is much, much, much worse than that. So yeah, and again, holiday season, a lot of people spend money they don't have. Credit cards, buy now, pay later, just horrible idea. There's a lot of people mortgaging. There are people spending money today that they will work all next year for. And I think that is horrible. Horrible. Matt, what do you think?
Yes, I agree. That's horrible. I did a post on Instagram calling it the Hoopty Club, which
the
is
Hoopty Club. Oh, I saw that in your truck.
Exactly.
Or the SUV.
So,
truck, SUV, whatever.
Same diff. So at the end of the day, I didn't pay enough for it to differentiate what it was. So I paid $1,000 for it, put $1,000 worth of work into it. The idea is living well below your means. That vehicle is point A to point B. It only needs to be safe to get my kid to the rink, to get, errands run.
Throw shit in the trunk. Or
Can I make one suggestion though, Matt?
Maybe.
And this is a recommendation from Millennial Mike.
Okay. Oh, no, I'm not fixing the heat.
You live in Siberia.
He can butch up. He can butch up. Listen,
wear a jacket, Mike.
The heat works most of the time. Apparently and it clearly didn't like him because anytime he got in the car, the fan would shut off. And so at the end of the day, but I think that speaks to the point. Mike, hard up. Come on, man. But again, that car, yeah, I think it's funny because I don't need heat most places that I'm going. I'm not in the car that long. And usually the longer you're in the car, the more it works. So I think that people absolutely need to understand that when you've got people living well below their means, they couldn't, quite frankly, I can write a check for whatever car I want. It doesn't make a difference, but I don't. And so I live well below my means. And I think the last thing to that is I did an eviction yesterday in a 2-bedroom apartment. There were 3 flat panel TVs. There was a PS4. There was an Xbox. There was at least $2,000 worth of liquor on the bar. And every single person, there were 3 cartons of smokes. There's no reason that person had to get evicted at $1,000 a month. There's no reason whatsoever. And they were driving a 7-year-old car, which mine's 15, 16, 17.
Yeah.
So made choices.
Yeah. There's a lot about money, but what this video really is for me is not the money, because I think that's the easy answer. What I see in a lot of investors, and again, what I'm now considering is there's people in the parking lot. Those are the people that watch crash channels and want permission to do nothing. I don't talk to them. I ignore them. There are people in the stands, which I care about because I'm trying to get you out of the stands onto the field. For me, it takes choice, and I'm not going to help. I'm not in the convincing business to steal. I forget who said it first, Dion or Matt. One of you guys said it. Who said that first?
Matt.
Okay, that's what I thought. So I'm not in the convincing business. Give credit to Matt.
Yeah.
I'm not in that business.
Yeah.
But if you get your ass in the stands, now I'm interested. I want to get you off the stands into the field. And what I want people to realize here, what I see in the holiday season is distraction. How many of you have not looked at your buy box today? Some of you look at your buy box in the afternoon or evening, but in the holiday seasons, I got to put up the lights. I got to go here. I got to go there. You just forget. And as Dion has shared with us many, many times, and I agree, all of his deals except one were between November and February. If you miss a day, in fact, one of my funniest stories, I think it was the second cruise Olivia and I had ever went on, and it was during the crash. I think this was a 10 or 11. It was like a 7-day cruise. So we go on the cruise. There's no Wi-Fi, or the Wi-Fi that's there is too slow. So I actually don't look at the market for 7 days. I come back, and my best friend at the time, Brad, tells me, "Did you see what I just bought?" I'm like, "No." He's like, "I just picked up a fourplex for 80 grand. And I went, "How'd I miss that?" Well, he goes, "You were in Alaska, buddy." And I'm like, "God damn it." Right? I'm like, "Thanks. Now I'm going to, every time I drive by that damn fourplex, it's going to be the Alaska fourplex." Right? And it is. Every time I drive home, it's one of the streets I go on to get home. And yeah, you got to look. So why aren't you looking? So don't use the holidays as an excuse. In fact, double down. This is when most people create excuses not to do the work. And that's why I have a hat, stickers, shirts, do the work. It doesn't say do the work except in the holidays. It doesn't say do the work except when I'm busy. No, do the damn work every freaking day. Buy box, daily discipline, track. Let's go. Dion?
So I'm going to get a little forensic.
Okay.
3 things that are screwing people over at the holidays, whether they're investor or not. First, we make it easy to buy. Yep. Credit. You have a credit card, so you're borrowing from your future self and then paying interest on it. Stores come out with buy now, pay later, which usually becomes pay late, pay fees.
Yeah, exactly.
And one-click shopping. You know, Matt, you're much like me. The end of the day, you put on YouTube, you watch your friends, you watch your frenemies, you watch your enemies, and you say, what are these dumb channels putting out that people are also going to hear? But a lot of people open up their Amazon app and they just start scrolling.
Yeah.
And so here's the phrase I want people to learn, that this is the trap that you can fall into. I've never seen one of those before in my life, and I know I can't live without it. Don't think that. Don't buy the things you've never seen. You didn't need them. Stop watching commercials. You don't need the things that advertisers are tricking you into buying either. So holidays should be about friends and family, not about everything you can get them.
I agree. I thought for sure a wife was going to be on that list.
We're not insane. We're keeping it in the realm of reality here.
Yeah. So the last thing I want to bring up, so we talked about money, spending, expenses, interest. We talked about focus. The last thing I want to talk about is friends and family. Again, friends and family, they don't mean it, but sometimes they discourage, they pull you back. You're so excited. They demotivate you. They scare you. Rule number 7, it doesn't really play or matter in the good times, but it is everything in the bad times. Get around a positive network. Get around people that encourage you. The best thing you could do is buy the course, join the Facebook group. We're all a part of it. And we interact all the time. Those are the 3 things why holidays mess people up. Spend too much money. Don't use your time wisely. Friends and family demotivate you. That's what was important to this video. Matt, final thoughts, bring us home.
Yeah, don't do any of that stuff. Like, it's really simple. I mean, everyone's sitting there wondering what the magic silver bullet is. That's what it is. It's very simple stuff. Now, it's hard to do, but it's very simple to list. And so at the end of the day, every single thing that you do is a choice. You choose to spend the money on that really expensive dinner. You choose to spend the money on that really expensive vacation. I wanted to acquire assets for 2 decades. That way, all of my assets pay for all the crazy expensive things I'm going to buy for the rest of my life, because they're going to fund my lifestyle forever. And so everybody makes choices, and it's not a get rich quick scheme. It's not overnight. I've been doing this for 22 years, and I'm still not in a position where I want, or where I'm going to quit my job right now. Not today. And so at the end of the day, you guys all have those choices. And so I look at people and they say, oh, I really can't afford to live. It's too expensive. life is too expensive. No, no, no. Your choices are too expensive, because that person that I evicted yesterday, they absolutely could have stayed in that apartment. They didn't need 3-panel TVs. They didn't need cartons of smokes. They didn't need all the things that they were spending on. So you get to make that choice. You are in complete and full power to change your stars.
Yeah, totally agree. Dion?
Money isn't real. I'm going to go with that mantra in a lot of things, which means people aren't going to care about how much money you spend on them.
Mm-hmm.
So don't spend a lot.
Yeah. All right, guys, where can people find you, Dion?
Right here on YouTube, Dion Talk Financial Freedom.
And Matt?
Lumberjack Landlord on Instagram and YouTube, and live streams 11:30 a.m. Sundays Eastern Time.
Awesome, folks. Like, subscribe, comment. Do us a favor. Follow all three of us. Have an amazing holiday season. Remember, do the work, focus, discipline. Let's go.